20 seconds to LOS speed risk.
Contact, nice to be in orbit.
Please welcome Amplitude founder and CEO, Spenser Skates.
Hello, and welcome to Amplify. I'm Spenser Skates, CEO and co-founder of Amplitude. Thank you so much for being here. I want to start by first acknowledging the world we live in. We're living through a challenging time, and the safety and health of our families, loved ones, and colleagues are of the utmost importance. Times of extreme change have forced us all to quickly adapt how we work and live. Personal plans have had to change, and what were multi-year business strategies are now being executed in months, weeks, and sometimes days. What's inspired me is how all of you have responded. Even in tough times, you were building the products that kept the world moving. And for this year's Amplify, we decided to bring you examples that will help us all build a better future. So thank you for being here. If I go back and think about last year, a lot has changed since the last Amplify. In 2019, I shared the stage with Eric Yuan, CEO of Zoom. They've had quite the year. I also got to meet all of you in person. Now, Amplify has gone virtual. We can bring even more people together in the largest gathering of product leaders in the world. Today, we're going to talk about how the top teams are using data to build incredible products for their customers. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you about my day before Amplify last year. I woke up and I rushed out the door. I walked to BART and then I headed to the gym. I unlocked the office with my key card and I jumped into meeting rooms. I had lunch with the team. I prepped a bunch for Amplify. And to close out the day, I headed to the barber shop to get a haircut. This year, very different. I woke up and I've gotten into meditating, so I opened up Calm. I picked up coffee I ordered on DoorDash, I got on Peloton, I unlocked apps with Log Me In, and jumped into Slack and on Zoom meetings. I had groceries delivered by Instacart, and instead of getting a haircut, I watched Barbershop on HBO. I'm relying on digital a whole lot more these days, and I'm not alone. Our reliance on digital products have only increased. Each new digital product wave has come faster than the last, but this year has been the extreme. We're seeing changes in customer behavior that our businesses didn't think would happen until 2030. These changes are not incremental. They are massive step changes. And 3 unique opportunities have presented themselves for our products and our businesses. Let's dig into each. The first opportunity is to monetize the moment. Let me give an example. In 2019, online spending hit $2 billion on 2 days, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. How many days do you think online shopping has been over $2 billion in 2020? 10 days? 20 days? 30 days? How about a total of 130 days? Black Friday is now every day of the year. Digital dollars have ballooned, and we're never returning to the prior levels of spend. And so to monetize the moment, we must ask ourselves, are we truly positioned to capitalize? And if not, what investments do we make? The second opportunity is to retain to sustain. Disney Plus is a great example. They launched last year. 1 year later, today in 2020, they've exceeded their subscriber goal for 2024. The growth opportunity for Disney and for everyone else is no longer finding people that want to use digital products. More than ever, their opportunity is to retain to sustain that growth. The question we all have now is, how will we turn our users into lifelong customers? The third opportunity is to seize the signals. The impact of 2020 is permanent. According to Harvard Business Review, 4 out of 5 product leaders say their customers have formed new and lasting habits. The behaviors of our customers have fundamentally changed. These new behaviors are signals from customers on what to build for them. If you can seize the signals, you can out-innovate your competitors and win the market. To do it, you have to answer, how will we make products that adapt to new behaviors? These are the 3 unique opportunities in front of us. Monetize the moment, retain to sustain, and seize the signals. What a transformative time for digital businesses. But I'm actually here to tell you that digital is not a business transformation. The opportunities we talk about, they start with our customers, and customers are the reason why businesses change. The transformation is our customers transforming their needs and behaviors. With each new wave, our businesses are just responding to these changes. And in 2020, their needs changed more than ever before. Behind successful digital businesses are teams who deeply understand how their customers are changing so they can build the products of tomorrow. So often in the daily grind, we lose sight of our customers. So last Amplify, we asked some of you to remind us who you build for. Let's take a look.
We build for the smart shopper.
We build for team collaboration.
We build for small businesses and self-employeds globally.
We build for mid and large enterprises, and we help their employees realize their potential.
We build for makers, thinkers, and doers.
We build for travelers at the first that they need.
We build for the everyday athlete.
We build for creators.
We build for the American worker in search of supplemental income.
We build for hardworking people to have the best banking experience.
We build for a happier and healthier world.
And at Amplitude, we are building for all of you. You are the pioneers of digital products. Intuit, Rakuten, Atlassian, and all of you joining us, you have the opportunity to be the winners of the digital age. So what does a winner have in common? At Amplitude, we've seen 2 things again and again. First, the winners build fast. Their teams out-innovate their competition. They ship fast and learn fast. They have insight into what to build next. They navigate data obstacles, collaborate, and use automation to scale. Our new research shows that fast teams are multiples more likely to outperform in both innovation and growth. And second, the winners build with data. Their teams adapt products based on the behaviors of their customers. They use data to anticipate what customers want and deliver relevant experiences. When top performers were asked about the importance of understanding behavioral data, 94% say it is critical to how they build products. Easy, right? The problem is that most teams see these 2 things at odds. I've heard the constant tension in teams between building fast and building with data. Do we use qualitative feedback and intuition, or do we make quantitative decisions? Do we ship the roadmap or design experiments and iterate as we learn? Do we report on results or predict outcomes? Do we build more features or do we build more personalized experiences? We call these trade-offs the builder's paradox, and we see it all the time. We found that most organizations are faced with the builder's paradox. 81% of product teams have to wait multiple days or longer to get answers to simple questions. And only 1 out of 5 teams can access the product and behavioral data they need. Technology is at the root of the problem when companies force-fit generic systems for data storage and data visualization. These technologies weren't built with behavioral data in mind or designed for agile teams. They lead to dead ends and detours. There's a consequence to that. When companies force-fit systems, they erode the data-driven cultures they've fought hard to build. These are not new problems, but 2020 has exposed them like never before. Teams that use data and innovated fast have thrived. Those that couldn't are struggling to survive. I want to talk about one of those thriving teams, Peloton. I love Peloton. They've created an immersive experience between physical and digital worlds. What makes it so special is the connection you can have with other riders. You're going to meet the director of product for Peloton later today. As he and his team explored behavioral data, they saw many writers preferred on-demand classes to live classes. However, on-demand writers missed that connection and community. So they started testing ways to replicate the live experience for on-demand live writers. They created features like the high five, here now, followers notifications, and training programs that make on-demand writers feel more connected. By building fast with data, they brought more value to Peloton customers. And they're not alone. If we look behind the curtain of the world's most loved products and successful teams, this is how they build. This is how Burger King goes from 686 to #1 in the App Store. This is how HBO tailors individual user experiences by predicting viewer preferences. It's how Frito-Lay, after 90 years of selling through distributors, launched Snacks.com in less than 30 days to sell direct to consumers. This is how Instacart ensures that 200,000 shoppers they hired during the pandemic have an easy-to-use app. So now the how. How is it that winners both build fast and build with data? That's what we're going to show you today, how great teams put customer data at the center of how they build. You'll see the impact of trustworthy data, self-service analytics, integration, collaboration, and AI, and how behavioral data is the gravity that brings teams closer to their customer. For these teams, there is no builder's paradox. Democratizing data accelerates how fast they build, and they can build fast because data informs them what to build next. I can't wait to show you how Amplitude can help all of you build faster with data. All of you are the pioneers of digital products and are why we've built Amplitude. We're thrilled that 27 of the Fortune 100 and thousands of products use Amplitude. And we're humbled that many of you rated Amplitude #1 in product analytics and the leader across analytics markets. Today, you'll see our first AI-focused capabilities work from our acquisition of predictive analytics innovator ClearBrain. We'll show you new ways any organization can take big leaps forward in their data journey. And you'll meet the pioneers of these digital products, people that broke through limits in this make or break moment. Thank you all for being here. And with that, I'd like to welcome Justin to the stage.
Thank you, Spencer, and thank you everyone for attending today. I am Justin Bauer, Head of Product at Amplitude, and I'm thrilled to share with all of you how Amplitude is helping our customers break through the builder's paradox. As Spencer mentioned earlier, the change to digital everything has propelled us into a new universe where product is no longer a channel, but instead, product is the business. Now, as fellow product leaders, my guess is that you all knew this change was coming, but you might have been surprised at how quickly it has occurred. The trade-offs that we were comfortable with only a few months ago are no longer tenable. The builder's paradox that we accepted prior must be resolved. Our organizations, our teams, and our people have to build fast and build with data, or they risk being left behind. Let's revisit why the builder's paradox exists. As Spencer described, building fast and building with data is not naturally opposed, but it becomes that way when the generic systems for data storage, data visualization, and traffic analysis are force-fit to fit today's digital experiences. Not only were these systems not built for behavioral data, they don't support the fast-moving teams that we have in modern agile organizations. The result? A nebula of data silos, analytics silos, and team-based silos that are detached from the customer. And that distance from customers, that is what creates the builder's paradox. It doesn't have to be that way. With a complete analytics platform built for behavioral data, we can create a new system around the customer that enables teams to anticipate their needs and build proactively. And we call that the Amplitude Product Intelligence Platform. A complete platform designed for teams that are building fast and building with data. Data management to ensure complete and trusted data is accessible to the right teams. Product analytics that helps teams ask the right questions and get the right answers. Behavioral targeting to predict Future behaviors empower personalization to ensure that customers get the right experience at the right time. And finally, collaboration to connect the dots by creating clarity and alignment that makes building fast and building with data possible. We arrived at these pillars because of what we've heard from our customers. And in a few minutes, we're going to hear from two of them that I've had the pleasure of working with closely over the past year. Ivan at Atlassian will lead through how he has had Amplitude help them build in this new era where they are creating data-backed decisions. And then Kurt from AB InBev will explain how Amplitude has helped a centuries-old business establish a digital practice that is now leading an organization through a massive change. Both of these organizations are setting new standards for their industries by utilizing all 4 pillars of the Amplitude platform. And customers like these are at the center of everything we do. In fact, behind every leading innovation that we have released is a customer who has helped us understand that problem that we've worked with to proactively solve. We are proud of the innovations that we've been able to deliver to the market, but we are more proud of the competitive advantage that this gives our customers, because products that build faster and smarter than their competition are those that become market leaders. And in 2020, we've worked even closer with our customers to help them build smarter. We've answered nearly 200,000 questions about the milestones that customers take in their journey from new to high value. We've given teams visibility into data errors and consistency and fixed thousands of those errors. We've personalized 1 trillion experiences with new integrations to destinations like Salesforce Marketing Cloud, LaunchDarkly, and Amazon S3. And we've saved analyst teams over 2,000 hours per month by automating A/B test analysis and allowing them to explore much deeper into the funnel. At Amplitude, breaking boundaries is in our blood. And with the new habits that customers have formed over the past 6 months and the demands that that is placing on our products, it's time to break another boundary. 80% of product leaders say that customers' expectations have never been higher. Just think back to the last time you searched for something on Amazon and it didn't show you the right results. Or you were listening to Spotify and you didn't like the song that it recommended. Maybe it's that we're all spoiled. Or maybe it's good that customers are pushing us as product leaders to build better experiences for them. Ultimately, it means that our products will have to rapidly adapt to support lots of nuanced and personalized customer experiences. And that means the tools that we use to understand our products must change as well. Prior innovations like funnels, pathfinding, user timelines have helped us create in the digital era. But the world has changed. Our customers' journeys are no longer the simple, linear, session-based experiences that these tools were designed for. They're the complex systems with lots of destinations, and maybe even a few black holes. We've heard this feedback from you. So we spent the last year working on a next generation analysis that's meant for the next generation of products. To get closer to customers, you need to see your product as they see it, not as you see it. You need to visualize the big picture of how customers move between states, like trial and subscriber, and then zoom in to understand which paths are creating value, which are creating friction, and which are ultimately driving growth. And now you can do all of that in a single analysis we call journeys.
When your perception shifts and you're able to see a problem with a new view, you unlock opportunities to find the right solution. These step changes have occurred throughout the digital era. Google did this for route planning when they combined search and a business directory into a map. With Google Maps, you don't need to know how to get to your destination or where you want to stop on the way. The map empowers you to explore, get ideas, and uncover an ideal path you didn't even know existed. It illuminates a new perspective so you can see things you never could before. This type of step change in our view of the customer journey is necessary for analytics. As products become increasingly more complex to support hyper-personalized customer experiences, a comprehensive view of the customer journey is almost impossible to attain. In the last 5 years, product analytics has had considerable breakthroughs. Funnels to show where customers drop off in critical paths, user timelines to let you see every action a user takes, and pathing tools to visualize high-level flows in your product. But these tools that helped us build the digital era are reaching their limits because they only provide a narrow view into customers' experience. The demands on product teams are higher than ever. They need to create personalized experiences that customers love that also drive them through key transitions, like free to paid or onboarded to activated. To succeed, product teams need a new perspective. That's why Amplitude built Journeys, a holistic map of the customer journey to see every possible path between 2 points in your product. Journeys combines funnels, pathing, and user timelines into a single view, so you can understand the big picture, drill down to uncover important patterns, or see every single step in a flow. And it uses machine learning to surface the paths that accelerate or decelerate customers through key milestones in your product. Let's say you're on the product team at Amplify, an on-demand fitness app that sells equipment. Your focus is to build equipment and app experiences that drive subscriptions. The most critical state change for your customers is their transition from new to subscribed. Journeys lets you explore all of the ways your customers move from new to subscribed in just one click. You can immediately see all of the patterns that lead customers to convert. The auto-filtering option uses machine learning to automatically remove noisy events, so you can go from nuanced to a bird's-eye view of user paths. You can also explore the paths users take instead of converting. You'll see in your top flow that these users never even started their first workout. Journeys lets you save these users as a cohort, so your marketing team can send them a personalized campaign. And if you want to know what else deters users from subscribing, one click examines more paths in your customer journey. And it looks like there's a pattern. Customers who dropped off searched for something but failed to find it, and that's a bad experience. Search results need to be relevant, so you make a note to brainstorm improvements with your team. Your customer experience is more than just a button clicked or a page viewed. Journeys helps you see experiences for what they are. See your product as your users see it.
Wow, we are so excited to bring Journeys to all of you. Journeys is available as of today as a beta for all of our customers. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Ivan Galea, Head of Analytics and Data Science at Atlassian, who will share how Amplitude and now Journeys are key parts of Atlassian's approach to analytics.
Thanks, Justin. I'm Ivan Galea. I'm really excited to be here. What I wanted to do over the next few minutes is to share the approach that we take at Atlassian of how we build products that customers love and depend on. First of all, a few words about Atlassian. Atlassian is a B2B company with a level of customer and user scale that is similar to B2C. We have a simple but profound mission, which is to unleash the potential of everything. How do we do this? Well, we do this by having a deep understanding of our customers and users and understand the pain points that they have and understand how we can help them solve these pain points through our products. How do you do that when you have millions of users and over 170,000 customers? There is a certain level of complexity that is natural when you have such a large variety of users. The way that we approach this problem is that we center it on certain principles, which are around customer centricity. Everything that we do in our product development is centered around customers. It's based on an ongoing understanding of users and customers. The way that users use our products change over time. Our products change over time themselves, and we need to stay up to speed with that. And then lastly, we need to do this at a high velocity that our customers expect from us. The way that we approach this is to leverage data, leverage analytics to keep improving our understanding of our users and their workflows, and to do this fast. Over the next few slides, I wanted to share how we approach this analytically and how we leverage journeys in this journey. So, few words about our analytical approach. This is the approach that we take across all facets of analytics in the company. We have a three-step approach. First is we formulate hypotheses based on our understanding of customer workflows and user workflows. The formulation of hypothesis is really critical, and it's also a test of how well do we understand our user flows. Second step is to use data to confirm or refute these hypotheses. This is critical. This is how we use a data-driven approach to understand whether our hypotheses are correct or wrong. Lastly, we take actions based on the insights that are generated through this approach. Now, how does journeys help us in this approach? Well, there are multiple ways that we leverage journeys. The first step is to have a better understanding of workflows. In order for us to formulate hypotheses, we need to understand how our users are leveraging our products. And to a large extent, that is we are able to do that through workflows. Journeys is able to map out the key workflows that we're aware of, but also other ways that users are getting something done through our products. There is a certain level of exploration that is crucial and that journeys unpack for us. Very often we find out that users are getting their work done through ways that we didn't think through. There are other times where we find out that there are certain friction points in flows that we have designed, but that we didn't understand fully of how users are impacted by these flows. Journeys enable us to get a better picture of how this is taking place and enable us to short circuit the time that it takes us to do this. And so in a summary, it helps us have a deeper understanding, as well as it helps us increase the velocity through this process. Let's give an example. Earlier this year, when COVID hits, Atlassian spent some time thinking about how can we help out the broader society that we're a member of. And we made a decision at that time that we make every single cloud product for free for small teams and also for free for any teams of any size that are in some way working with COVID. Now, at that time, we built out a simplified workflow to enable teams to find our products and to leverage our products. And this became an analytical question. How do we ensure that the approach that users are taking to find our products, to signing up, to activating, and ultimately to engaging, to leveraging every day are as seamless as possible? And we leveraged the approach that I went through in the previous few moments ago to have this understanding. This means that we have clear understanding not only about how many users are finding our products, but also conversion ratios from entrances to sign up, from activation to engagement, and even from going from product A to product B, which tends to create a certain level of complexity given that we as a company have over 15 separate products. So in summary, there are certain level of expectation of our customers that we have a deeper and ongoing understanding of what are the challenges, the problems, the pain points that they are solving with our products. We need to ensure that we keep up with this level of understanding and we do it at a velocity that is critical for us to do. The approach that we take is building with data, and that enables us to build products that customers can depend on and that they love. Thank you.
Please welcome Amplitude's EVP of Engineering, Shadi Rostami.
Hello, I'm Shadi, SVP of Engineering at Amplitude. I'm so excited to be with you here today virtually. Wow, what a great story from Ivan and the team at Atlassian. It's been an amazing 4-year partnership between our two companies, and we look forward to many more. Building fast and building with data means we have to understand what is driving value in our product. Journey does that with a massive shift in the way we can understand the experiences we build for our customers. Instead of seeing user behavior as a single event at a time, we can understand the complete series of events to make up an experience. Journey can even show you the complete customer experience in a single view. That means you can uncover flows you never knew existed and find patterns that make a difference. The key to journeys is machine learning. Journeys can handle a high degree of complexity because it denoises customer paths to get you to the insight. Without that capability, the visualization in Journey could not work. As products become increasingly sophisticated to meet customer expectations, data sets are seeing astronomical growth in both size and complexity. And as Justin said earlier, many of the tools we've relied on for years are not designed for the experiences we are now dreaming of for our customers. If our analytics cannot keep pace with the advancement of our product, we will find ourselves back in the builder's paradox. That's why we started to infuse intelligence across Amplitude. Machine learning helps us overcome these new challenges and uncover insight faster than we could on our own. Let me show you some of the ways we've already building with machine learning. We started in behavioral targeting to power new opportunities for personalization in flows they struggled with in the past. Activation, retention, upsell, and LTV have direct impact on revenue. But customizing experiences is difficult due to a number of variables affecting them. Last month, we launched Predictive Cohort, an out-of-the-box personalization powerhouse to help put our customers at the center of every campaign. Predictive Cohort uses our new AutoML infrastructure to determine a customer's likelihood to perform future behavior. You set the outcome you want to drive, and Amplitude sorts through all of the complexity of a customer experience to find the right audience to target. By infusing intelligence into analytics, we can accomplish results that were not possible before. Whether that's better campaign performance or instantly understanding what is behind a sudden drop in a metric. Let me show you how we are bringing intelligence to data management. With so much data to sort through, getting to the bottom of a change in behavior takes hours, if not days. This unplanned work can derail your team's focus and hurt your bottom line. So how can we get our data to work for us and not against us? We add intelligence. Root cause analysis builds on top of our existing anomaly detection to explain changes in your data. With a single click, we can triage every attribute and even suggest what might be happening, whether that's an upstream service like an SDK or something in the UX. Saving time from not having to go to diving into the data is a big deal. But what if we take that a step further? What if analytics could suggest the best experience for customer? Actually, it can. When we add intelligence to product analytics. A/B testing is the gold standard for knowing whether an experience is adding value or adding friction. But as powerful as A/B testing is, it has its limits. It's resource and time intensive, and you cannot A/B test every experience in your product. For us to build fast and meet rising customer expectation, A/B tests should be a part of the solution, but not the only solution. That's where intelligence comes in. Amplitude will look across all of the experiences in your product and determine the causal relationship between them. Those relationships then surface the combination of experiences that create value for your customer and drive growth for your business. In other words, Amplitude will tell you what your ideal product experience should be. Journeys, predictive cohort, root cause analysis, and causal relationship are the first step in Amplitude's next generation of product analytics. We passionately believe in this future and that it is attainable for every organization. But we know you can't get the value of intelligent analytics until the builder's paradox is resolved in your organization. For many of the customers we work with, the most important thing we can do is help them get started with product analytics. To build fast and build with data, you have to create a culture of data-informed decision-making. Teams need to know what question to ask about activation, retention, cohorts, and etc., and they need to be able to answer them on their own. I know you're thinking, my organization is not ready, or our data is a mess. Don't worry. We know where you're coming from, and we can help. And quite frankly, you can't afford to wait any longer. Our customer will share that we are the best partner in the business to help jumpstart your journey. I am proud that we've built this reputation through the combination of our amazing teams that are recognized in the industry for their service and the only product that is built for organizations to learn together. And today we are announcing 2 capabilities in collaboration that are designed to help every organization build fast and build with data.
No analytics platform, no matter how powerful or advanced, can deliver value to product organizations without 2 fundamental things. The right data is accessible and transparent to teams making day-to-day decisions. And sharing insights across teams is an integrated experience. We've all been there. You are about to build an analysis, but before you can even start, you realize you have no clue which data to use. You see about 500 options to choose from, but is it sign -up or sign _up? Which one got updated with the last release? And didn't your coworker Sarah mention something about an event that's broken? Which one was that? Knowing the right data to use is paramount in any analysis. If you don't trust the data, you cannot trust the results. At Amplitude, we asked ourselves how we might make it easy for anyone to instantly know which data to use and which data they can trust. So we built Event Explorer. Event Explorer identifies the data you want to analyze by following you as you navigate through your product. You get full transparency into which events are tied to which actions and what properties are attached to them. You'll never have to go digging for a data dictionary. And your expert friend on the data team, who you constantly bombard with questions about which event to use, she finally gets her time back. Instantly add the right data to your analysis with just a couple clicks. Select the event and properties you want to explore, and they immediately start populating in the chart below. Event Explorer makes it possible for anyone in your organization to confidently build analyses and learn about customer behavior. But product is a team sport. And as important as it was to find the right data to uncover your insight, you now need to share everything you learned with the team. With Amplitude, sharing is not an extra step. It's built right into your flow. With tools like breadcrumbs, you can track your analysis step by step. Bookmark your chart, add a short note, and Amplitude does the rest to put your entire analysis in an easy-to-follow and interactive format. Building a data-informed organization starts with enabling everyone on the team to learn with confidence and maximizing the value of each insight you uncover. It's why Event Explorer and Breadcrumbs are some of the many tools in Amplitude designed for teams to collaborate and learn together.
these two features. They are so simple and so powerful. Both Event Explorer and Breadcrumbs are in alpha right now and will be available to all of our customers by the end of this year. I'd now like to introduce Kurt Williams, Global Director of Customer Product at AB InBev. Kurt will be talking about how Amplitude helped AB InBev accelerate its digital journey and how tools like Event Explorer are making that possible.
Great. Thanks for the introduction, Shadi. As Shadi mentioned, I'm Kurt Williams, Global Director of Customer Products at AB InBev. I'm excited to be here at Amplify this year to share our journey to being a digital-first organization. AB InBev is one of the world's largest, it is the world's largest brewer. It's one of its oldest brewers as well. We operate across 55 countries in a global corporate and local operations structure. Our global product management team works with our chief digital business-to-business officer and global commercial strategy teams to overhaul our core business from an analog sales-led model to a digital product-led model. This requires intense coordination with our local counterparts across North America, Latin America, Africa, and Asia. And this is to implement new business operations in sales, logistics, and finance. For more than a millennium, beer has been just that, beer. Our company has grown consistently for the last couple of decades, but to continue that growth and increase our market share in the beer industry, we knew we needed a new competitive advantage, and that advantage would be in digital. Then 2020 happened, and our plans for digital had to accelerate. Fortunately for us, we had started our journey in 2016. So let's look back at the last 4 years and see where we've gone. 4 years ago, our business was analog, it was slow, it was siloed. We relied on our field reps to go to visit customers on a weekly basis, to place orders, get information, get feedback. We measured our business in lagging indicators from revenue and volume, and our data was siloed to a few teams in headquarters and in specific functions. So if it was logistics data, it sat with logistics, sales data sat with sales, and so on. As we set out on our digital transformation journey, starting with the introduction of e-commerce into our sales process, we knew that data would play a major part. We went to market looking for a product analytics partner, not just a platform or a software platform, but a partnership complete with services. In Amplitude, we found that transformation partner, providing a best-in-class product analytics platform with assisted services in 3 core areas for us. The first area is data literacy. We're an extremely large organization of over 180,000 employees spread across the world with little experience working with behavioral data. We've been working with Amplitude to train our employees on the platform itself and general analytics through office hours. Our product data team uses data and taxonomy management tools provided by Amplitude to build the most reliable data sources for distributed employees. The second area is customer segmentation. We've been using customer segmentation models for years, but they've always been static and demographic based. We now look at our users based on their behavior in conjunction with their demographics, and we assess our users together and separately from their customer accounts. The third area is faster decision making. Again, we're a really large organization with localized operations. To communicate different decisions through the organization is really hard and takes time. So the need for speed and the dissemination of information is key. Leveraging tools like notebooks and cross-product geographic views via portfolio helps to understand customers on a global and local basis and share insights across teams quickly. With these three areas being addressed, our transformation took us to this year where we can track every step of the customer journey. Our local teams have access to their own data and global insights, and e-commerce has become the #1 priority for our entire company, not just our digital group. And with everything this year, e-commerce is now the fastest growing channel. We have 2.2 million orders this year compared to 1.9 in the entire 2019. We now do personalized customer engagement programs to find growth opportunities across our customers. Now, where do we go next? Personalization will be key to our future growth. The only way to do this effectively at scale is to ensure data literacy across our 55 countries and 180,000 employees. That being said, I'm really looking forward to our distributed teams leveraging Event Explorer to increase their data literacy and to speed up and improve their decision making. This also creates more autonomy in data analysis and frees up our global product data team to unearth more insights and share those out. Amplitude will continue to be a major part of our strategy going forward, providing us with best-in-class software and service offerings. Thanks a lot for having me here this guy.
Kurt and the team at AB InBev are doing amazing work, and we are proud to be partnering with them. Event Explorer and Breadcrumbs solve two of the longest-standing challenges in analytics: finding the right data to analyze when answering a question, and eliminating the need to retrace your steps when sharing insights. Every business can succeed in today's digital everything world, regardless of if your company is a digital native one or it was founded decades before the internet. It takes the right strategy and the right partners to help guide you on that journey and break through the builder's paradox. Amplitude partners with many of the world's most beloved brands to create data-informed cultures that don't compromise between building fast and building with data. All of these brands are using Amplitude to ensure the new habits their customers form this year turn into lasting growth for their business. There is no excuse to wait anymore. In today's marketplace, waiting will land you in the graveyard of irrelevance. The speed at which customers' expectations and industries evolve means you must build for your customers and do it quickly. That's why Amplitude is here, and we are looking forward to working and partnering with all of you. Thank you.